Hey guys, found a good find today. Let me preface this by saying Cheekie still has lice. Even after picking that one off, I found more last night. So I did even more research, and finally I came across a solution, which is potassium permanganate, which is what this is. Basically gonna do a bath with this and take down the tank she's in and just nuke it with bleach and clean it out really well. Well, obviously I need to keep her in something while I'm doing that. So originally I just went to Walmart and I got a tote. I was gonna fill it with water and put a filter in there, you know, it'll be fine for a couple days. Well, I had to stop by the fish store to get some airline valves because they did not have any at Walmart. These things. And just as I was checking out, I looked down in the corner right by the register, and this 29-gallon tank was for sale for 20 bucks. And it has a filter in there, which I don't know if it works, as a light. Of course, I don't know if it works. And a little heater, which I'm sure doesn't work. It's one of those preset ones, but just a really good deal. I'm pretty sure it holds water. The seams don't look too bad. It's dirty. It needs to be scrubbed out, which I'm about to do, but for 20 bucks, I'm pretty happy, and this will be a much better quarantine tank for Cheekies until I'm positive that she's better. From what I can tell, the potassium permanganate should kill every single lice on her. Mallow, you're not helping. Mallow. Sorry. It should kill all the lice on her, and nuking the tank should kill every single egg that might be in that tank that she's in right now. And then she can hang out in this until she's ready to go with the big fish. And then after that, I have another tank for grow out or cats or whatever I want to use it for. And you know, the tank alone's worth 20 bucks. So, pretty good deal, right, Mallow? Mallow thinks he should be the center of attention. Alright, so I'm gonna remove the cat from the tank and get to cleaning and get Susie's PP bath with this stuff, and we'll see what happens. Well, the light works. I'm gonna fill up a bucket and see if the filter works. It's just a Tetra Whisper 30, but you know, if it doesn't work, I have filters. But, you know, I can maybe even order a pump for this if it doesn't work. But this thing looks like it was just taken down fairly recently, so hopefully we'll get something done, something good out of it. At the very least, 29-gallon tank and a light for 20 bucks, not too bad. Well, the filter's working. Seems to be working pretty good, actually. I'm running it just on a bucket with some water, and I put some bleach in there just to clean it out. You know, anytime you get something from a used source, you really want to disinfect it and make sure there's nothing going on in there. So I'm going to let that run for a few minutes, and then I'll scrub it out real good. It's got some water stains on it. I'm not really worried about those. I'm just more worried about making sure there's no bacteria or anything living inside the filter. So once that's done, I have to tackle the big project, which is getting this cleaned out. And any other time of year, that would be no problem. I just take it outside, turn the hose on, and scrub it out. The problem is it's winter and our hoses are winterized to keep the spigots from freezing. So I can't go outside and just rinse it out with the hose. So it's gonna be interesting trying to scrub this out without having a hose. I'm probably gonna take my shop vac and vacuum all this crud out first, and then see where we're at. Okay, it's kind of loud in here. I have my Python going. I managed to get it cleaned up pretty easily with only a few curse words. What I did was I just scrubbed it out and I used a razor blade to clean up all that algae that was in there. And then I heaved it up into that sink and used my Python to act as a hose to rinse it out. So, wasn't as hard as I thought it would be, and it cleaned up a lot better than I thought. Of course, there's some algae still on the seal. When it warms up, I'll probably reseal this tank. But right now I'm just filling it up so we can water test it. I have it on a lawn and leaf bag. What do you call it? A paper bag for garden stuff. Because if it leaks, I'll be able to see it easier on the paper than on the concrete of the garage. So hopefully there's no leaks. I'm gonna go ahead and start Cheekie's bath next with the potassium permanganate and see where we go from there. I already cleaned out the filter and it's soaking in a bucket of fresh water with a whole cap full of brine in there, which is like 10 times the dose. So that'll take care of any bleach that's left over. So far so good for this $20 pickup. Light works, filter works, tank seems to be holding water thus far. Good score. Okay, leak test passed. I made a tiny stand out of some cinder blocks and spare wood that I had lying around. From what I know, really I should only have to support the 4 corners of the aquarium, but I felt better making the whole bottom sturdy. So you can see I kind of made a rectangle with the wood and sat it on the cinder blocks. I put carpet down because I don't want to mess up the tile floor with these cinder blocks. So, filling it up now. We're gonna give Cheekie's her bath, and then I'm gonna take this tank down and just completely nuke it. Probably not even gonna get that done tonight because it's getting late. But at least gonna get her all cleaned up with the potassium permanganate and get her into her new tank. I'm gonna borrow a sponge out of one of my other filters and put a new sponge in there, because I always have extra sponge in my filters, and that way the filter on this tank will be completely cycled as soon as I put it on. So far so good. I'm pretty happy. And it's actually not creating too much of a problem in this corner. I thought it was going to take up a lot more space, but I can still get down there. I can still get to this tank and all of my air whatnot. And there's only a few jars down there and they're not in the way, so fits just perfectly. Okay, back to work. Okay, my phone's about to die, so hopefully I can get this before it kicks the bucket. But I have a gallon of water, give or take, prepared. And I'm going to put 1 milliliter of the clear water, which is basically potassium permanganate, in there. So, suck it up. Okay. You want to be very careful with this because it will stain everything. Okay, now I'm going to grab the fish out, put her in there, and then set the timer for 30 minutes. And hopefully when we come back, there will be dead lice in the bottom of this container. Okay, she's in her tank. She looks so tiny in this one compared to the 10-gallon. The lice I saw on her appears to have fallen off. I don't see it on there anymore. I hope this is the last of it, because I'm really just so fed up with these lice. So she's in here. There's some salt in here, but that's pretty much it. I'm about to throw some plants in here. I'm not just gonna leave her just in this bare tank. I'm gonna throw some fake whatchamacallit, fake plants in here. I put a sponge from my aqua clear filter in here. So boom, cycle tank. And she shouldn't need a heater, but I'll monitor the temp, and if it gets really low, I'll grab a heater out and put it in here for her. Meanwhile, this tank is gonna get torn down and bleached and all that good stuff to make sure there's no lice eggs or juveniles living in any of the sponges or anything like that. And I'll continue to keep an eye on her for at least another 2 weeks, maybe even another month. And hopefully we've seen the last of the lice. If I see another lice on her, I'll give her another bath with that potassium permanganate. But everything I've read said that one bath should kill all the lice that were on her, so we'll see. That's that update for today. Oh, I'm tired just from doing all that. And I still have to do my regular, fry water changes and water change my jars. So, time to get to it.